going to give you exactly 5 seconds to read this. That's it. That's the time your landing page gets. In under 5 seconds, people scan, judge, and decide. Is it for me? Can I trust this? Most businesses obsess over traffic, ads, SEO, growth hacks, but they completely ignore the one place where it all either compounds or collapses. And every day it underperforms, it quietly costs your leads, sales, and momentum. So today I'm breaking down the science of landing pages that actually convert. Before anything else, I need to show you the mistake that kills almost every landing page before it even built. 9 times out of 10, teams start by dreaming out how to make their landing page sensational, impressive, and viral, often hiding for a cute gimmick. The result is almost the same, a flashy but hollow page, because a landing page is fundamentally a means of communication to a potential customer. The primary goal is to convey your message clearly. Everything else is secondary. Special effects are like spices in a recipe, great for a flavor, but never the main ingredient. Same with the landing page. Content first, styles come second. Every great landing page starts with a strong idea. This is the foundation that determines success. The idea is a brief description of your concept. It defines what the landing page is about, how it will present the offer, and why this page should succeed in engaging your audience. In practice, write your ideas as short notes, one-liners. The raw note doesn't have to be pretty. These notes are just for you. Coming out with a good idea can be both difficult and simple. They rarely appears on demand. Ideas tend to strike when you're occupied with something else, like while working, reading a book, watching a movie, so be open to inspiration from unrelated activities. As soon as the seed of an idea comes to you, write it down immediately. It takes just a few seconds before it fades, but don't rush to execute. Give the idea a day or two to settle in, revisit it with fresh eyes. If it still excites you after a short break, proceed. If not, you may have saved yourself a week of work going in a wrong direction. Okay, you got your idea. Now it's time to work on what we call the scenario, the narrative structure, the backbone of your page. The scenario is a sequence of meaningful sections that will communicate your story step by step. When the visitor reads through all this section, the sub-ideas should piece together to form the overall message in the reader's mind. If you're stuck on structure, use the classic storytelling framework we all learn in school: introduction, body, and conclusion. In landing page terms, a teaser, the main content, and a call to action. Simple, proven, and works every time. Each sub-idea must prove your main point. Every section must add up to your main thesis. If a sub-point doesn't clearly tie back, drop it. Use as few as possible, ideally 2 to 3, and never more than 5. It's better the visitor remembers 1 or 2 key things than forget all 10. Front-load your most compelling content. Remember that reader attention is limited. You needed to hook them early and then maintain interest. First section grab attention and build interest. The later section drive the message home and lead into the call to action. Work lo-fi at the stage. Sketch with pencil and paper. This kind of lightweight outline is extremely valuable. It's easy to shuffle sections around, spot what's missing, and iterate before a heavy lifting is done. Avoid jumping into design too early. Seriously, this is one of the most common mistakes. A lot of beginners skip this scenario part and rush straight into making things look great. They think if it looks nice, it will work, but that's not how it plays out. When you focus on visuals too soon, you actually make it harder to notice problems. The logic gets messy, the message gets unclear, but everything looks fine, so you miss it. A beautiful landing page that doesn't make sense is way worse than a simple one that clearly communicates the message. If your idea isn't coming together, like your point doesn't support the main message or the story feels messy, that's a red flag. don't ignore it. Be ready to stop the project early if the story just isn't working. Yeah, it sucks to throw away effort, but it's way better than finishing something bad. A lot of teams think like, we are already spent a lot of time on this and it's look good, let's just keep going. That mindset leads to average results. Instead, be honest. If the story doesn't make sense, fix it or drop it and move on. The teaser is the first page a visitor sees on the landing page, and here is why it matters more than anything else on your page. In any information sequence, people tend to remember the beginning and the end. So if a visitor remembers anything from your landing, it will be the teaser and the call to action. Look at Airbnb. That immediately captures your attention before you're even thought about whether hosting is right for you. That's a teaser doing the job. Slack. They say their product replaces your email. Notice that? Speak with conviction. Say the bold replaces, not the softer alternative. Make the teaser text punchy and concise. In an ideal case, a visitor should be able to get your teaser within a few seconds and feel intrigued to learn more. Crafting the perfect teaser might take more effort than all other parts of the landing combined, because you are trying to condense the essence of your entire pitch into a very compact form. Don't procrastinate. It's too important to leave it for the end. After the teaser, we get to the main content. This is the core of your landing page, the meat in the sandwich. This is where you present the arguments you mapped out during the scenario stage. Each sub-idea will likely correspond to a section with its own heading, text, and images. Together, the sections should form a coherent narrative, so that ideally, by the end of the main part, the visitor might have assembled all the pieces into the big picture you want to convey. Here is a practical tip. Write down all your sub-ideas on separate notes and then try rearranging them in different orders to see which flow makes the most sense. If you can organize your main ideas into a clear list of short headings and they already sound convincing, you're on the right track. Be very mindful about what points you include, how many you include, and in what sequence. Less is more. Now the part that most people treat as an afterthought, the call to action. Since a landing page is a form of marketing communication, it should always end with a clear call to action, a prompt for the user to do something. After investing their time reading your page, the visitor should know exactly what you want them to do next. If your landing page ends absurdly, it's like a movie ending with the end. You had their attention and waste it. Make your call to action specific and enticing. Get started now. Try X for free. Join the beta. Not the vague you submit or send. The visitor should feel that clicking that button is the natural step after agreeing with the great points you made. Never leave the user at a dead end. Always guide your visitor to the next action. Okay, the stage that most people skip. The stage that determines whether your page actually works. Copywriting. It's disappointing to see a beautifully designed, well-formatted landing page with weak text. And it happens all the time because teams treat design and text as interchangeable. Check the Apple website. They have amazing graphics and super copywriting. Text is a powerful standalone communication channel. If you ignore it, you're throwing away an entire medium of persuasion. Relying only on design is risky. If the design fails, your message fails with it. Here is a practical test. Take all your written content, headlines, subheading, body, paragraphs, call to action, and write them out in order on a plain document. No design, just text. Then redistribute it as if it were the landing page. The teaser grabs your attention. As you keep reading, your imagination starts to form pictures. The idea connects, but the time you reach the call to action, it feels natural and convincing. If the text only flow is boring or confusing, no amount of stunning graphics will fix that. Writing great copy is hard work. You'll be sitting and rewriting multiple times until the text is just right. But write a 3-word heading 10 times if you have to. Condense a paragraph into one sentence. Every excess word that can be removed should be removed. We have finally got into the design stage, often the most enjoyable part, essentially if you have done all the prior work properly. If you have followed this process by now, you should have one paragraph idea, a detailed scenario, and a complete text that engage and convinces. With that foundation, the role of design is to elevate and complement the content, not to create meaning from scratch. For example, when you open Mezzo landing page, it immediately simulates awkward push notification popping up on your screen. That's a bold idea executed with strong visual that instantly communicates the product's value. That's design working with a great idea, not compensating for the absence of one. A few things to remember at the stage. Share your idea, outline, and copy with the designer before they touch anything. Maybe spend a little time together to walk them through your vision and imbue them with your enthusiasm. Be prepared for iteration. It's rare to get the design perfect on the first try. The key is to give feedback early and clearly. You can comment directly on the mockup in Figma, or you can take feedback right on top of the design. Stay involved. You are not in a position to sit back like a picky client and say, I don't like it, change this. Think of the design phase as the moment all parts of your project come together. You are as much a part of assembling it as a designer. Many shortcomings from previous steps will surface during design. When they do, fix the issue at the root. Don't pressure the designer to make it work somehow. Once the design is approved, it's time for coding, turning the design into a live web page. In this stage, keep the implementation simple when possible and use a capable developer. Avoid crazy special effects or complex technical tricks that make the page hard to code or prone to breaking. A clean, streamlined page that works everywhere will outperform a super flashy page that only works on high-end computer. You can even use zero-code tools. For most startups, such tools are more than enough. Platforms like Squarespace allow you to ship polished landing pages without touching a single line of code. You can implement the full structure with copy and visuals in day, not weeks. But the real advantage is in speed. It's independence. After launch, the technical founders can update headlines, swap visual, tweak offers, run experiment. No dev tickets, no sprint planning, no waiting. At this stage, don't forget to add social sharing text. If you omit social text, the social network will automatically pull some random snippet of text and an image from your page. It might grab a menu label or a background image instead of the beautiful hero you intended. Prepare a catchy line and a beautiful image that represents your page. That way, when visitors share your page, and hopefully it will shine in social media feeds with the connect you choose. So how long does all of this actually take? The typical project spends 1 to 3 weeks from start to finish, and here is how it breaks down. In practice, coming up with the idea can take days or weeks of inspiration, but we allocate about a day in a schedule for finalization the concept, testing colleagues, and kicking off the project. Days 2 to 4, scenario and outline. Outlining the narrative, deciding on sub-ideas and structure. Days 5 to 9, write and refine the copy. Days 10 to 13, design iteration. Days 14 to 16, development and testing. These stages overlap. The project lead is involved from ideas to the launch. The copywriter works in the middle, the designer after, and developer last. Everyone has their moment. If someone tells you a great landing page takes a day, the drop in quality will be obvious. Here is something I truly believe. It's a lot easier to create an amazing landing page when you are genuinely excited about what you're selling. People can tell you when you truly believe in every point you're making. It just feels different. When you're sold on your product's value, that confidence naturally comes through in your writing, and that authenticity is hard to fake. It's key to gaining your audience trust. So before you build a page, use your product. Test it yourself. Get to know its ins and outs. When you genuinely feel excited about what you are offering, channel that into your landing page idea and copy. And don't forget to prompt your audience to take action. For example, you could hire molfar to plan and design a landing page for your company. See what I just did? I delivered values through this video, and now it's the perfect moment to include call to action and turn you into a client. Your landing page should work the same way. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe and like button. Check the links below and follow us on social media for more tips and updates. And if you're ready to take your startup to the next level, visit molfar. We will help you build fast and smart. Catch you next time.